Hello and welcome to another episode of SWOT Analysis by Cricket Cult, episode 5. And today we're here with another team. We're here with the Dark Horses. Now, that is a tag that has never been associated with this team till the mid 2000s, and in fact, early 2010. They went into the tournament as favorites, and then I don't want to use the C word. So now you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about South Africa, the Proteas. So, initial thoughts, Ashwin.
Initial thoughts, I think for the first time, as you rightly said, they are not going to be considered the outright favorites along with Australia. They are more on the dark horses, but I won't even term them as dark horses, as the SWOT analysis will tell you in the video. For the first time, I think the South Africans will benefit from not having the attention on them. Do you agree with that?
No, absolutely not. So I think that that's what I till 2011, 12, maybe till 2015, they were on the other side. They were the favorites, but since then, I don't think they've even been contenders. So that is why this is the first time they've been the dark horses, because, as I said, post 2015, they were neither the dark horses nor the contenders. They were not even, I feel, in the top 5 in the 2000. No one predicted them to do well in the 2019 World Cup or the 2017 Champions Trophy or the previous World Cup, World T20, which in fact they surprised many, and then not many people remember, but they won 4 out of their 5 matches, and they only lost to Australia in a close encounter and couldn't make it to the semi-finals due to net run rate. They in fact beat England, who were the favorites, pre-tournament favorites. So this is not for the first time that they are not favorites, but this is the first time where they are dark horses, because they've either been like contenders or they've either been like no-shows.
Right. So before we get to the SWOT, do we have a look at the squad?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so the South African squad is as follows: Temba Bavuma, the captain; Quinton de Kock, Heinrich Klaassen, Reza Hendricks, Keshav Maharaj, Aiden Markram, David Miller, Lungi Sani Ngidi, Andrich Noke, Wayne Parnell, Kagiso Rabada, Riley Russo, Tabrez Shamsi, Tristan Stubbs, and Marco Jansen, the 15. The standby players are Lizard Williams, Andile Felekwayo, and Bjorn Fortune.
Yeah. So some really good IPL players, in amongst them. In fact, many in form, like Markram, Miller. Even I think Klaassen was picked by the Rajasthan Royals, if I'm not wrong. Quinton de Kock, he's just found his touch. So yeah, not a bad team. Riley Russo is making his comeback after Kolpak ended, and he's a very talented player. So much to look forward to, but the most exciting part, and which is also their strength, nice segue to their strength, is their fast bowling. Like if Wayne Parnell / Marco Jansen will play at the number 7 position. Apart from that, you have Rabada, Ngidi, and Heinrich Nortje. And I know that they didn't have the best of times in the India series, but these are very different conditions, and these will suit South Africa. In fact, South African conditions are not a far cry from Australia, and that's why if you look at the records between Australia and South Africa, many times Australia have won in South Africa, and many times, even at Australia's peak, South Africa has beaten Australia. So their biggest strength, according to me, unlike any other team we've discussed till now, is their fast bowling attack.
And the fact that they have 4 fast bowlers who can clock 140 pretty easily, and most of the matches that they're going to be playing is in bouncy tracks, which could aid their fast bowlers. And with Wayne Pretorius going out and Jansen coming in, they also have a huge left arm option along with Wayne Parnell.
No, so that's what, not just so basically look what all is going for them. Australia provides you with the chance to get steep bounce. For that, you need hit the deck bowlers, but not just hit the deck bowlers. You need people with height, and everyone we're talking about is, I think, way over 6 feet, if I'm not
Right.
wrong.
Right.
And look at the variety. So there is a left armer, whoever plays between Jansen and Parnell, and we'll come to that. Who my favorite is amongst them. Then you have a Rabada, who's an attacking new ball bowler. Probably not the best death bowler, but an attacking new ball bowler who, with his skill, can trouble the best of batsmen with the new ball. Then you have someone like a Lungisani Engiri, who bowls more of a back of a length, doesn't bowl pitch it up as full as Rabada, and troubles the batsman on the back foot. And then you have someone like an Anrik Nortje, who's an out and out pace between 150 kilometers per hour to 155 kilometers per hour. So that's serious pace. That's close to 95 miles per hour for our friends who understand miles better than kilometers. So that's like they've got their range covered. And to add to that, Keshav Maharaj or Tabrez Shamsi, whoever plays, and in some matches if both of them play, I think that's a potent bowling attack.
So coming to the weakness part, what do you think is the biggest weakness? Obviously, one glaring weakness is the loss of Rassie van der Dussen and his absence. So apart, because he's a huge component for the South African team, and the way
he's my favorite non-opening all format player currently. So like there is a Babar Azam, but he opens in T20 cricket. So I'm talking about people who don't open in any format. I think there is no one better across formats current form than Rassie van der Dussen, and he flies under the radar. So that's a big loss. But their weakness is I think a little bit of a soft lower middle order, apart from David Miller, who's actually been in amazing form. But like you look at a one down, and Riley Russo, he's solid. Markram is amazing. Then you have Miller at number 5. But then you either go to the exciting Stubbs, who should enjoy the conditions, but is a bit of an unknown, or a Heinrich Klaassen, who we know is a great player of spin, has done well against India, but actually if you look at his record apart from India and take out the spin factor, which won't be there that prevalent in Australia, he doesn't have the best of records. In fact, if you remember, for the India series, he was dropped in the first game, the one that happened after the IPL, not the one right now.
Yeah.
And then he performed really well. And then at number 7, if you have a Wayne Parnell, who they seem to prefer, and because he was in the squad before Jansen, that to me is a little bit of a worry. So I think soft lower middle order apart from Miller, not enough support for Miller, is a weakness.
Coming to the opportunities, do you think this is the right time for Riley Russo to make her statement now that he's back from the Kolpak deal, as you said a while ago? Because he scored an amazing century against India in the recently concluded T20 series, and also the form of David Miller. Where do you see that shaping into the South African scheme of things as far as the opportunities are concerned?
So as they say, you compare you convert your weakness into your strength. So here, that is the big opportunity. So let's say if someone like a Stubbs is thrown into the deep end, we saw what he did against England. Individual brilliance. I mean, look at Markram with the ball and the bat. He is probably their most key player. Him and Miller. Then what if Quinny de Kock has an amazing outing in the World Cup? Once this team puts up 180, right? Then there is no stopping them, because they have the ammunition to stop the opposition from scoring that many. So they have a few explosive batsmen, and that's their great opportunity. I feel that if even one or two have a day out, they can absolutely take the game away from the opposition. And then even if you're batting first, if you're batting second, then of course chasing, exactly what to do. But even when you're batting first, which seems to be more tricky these days for for teams in T20 cricket. I think two explosive innings, and they'll even if they're like 5-10 under par, they'll make that up with that bowling. So that is their big opportunity. Just give the players the freedom and see what comes.
Right. So coming finally to the threat part, what do you think is the biggest threat for South Africa that is staring
So
them?
the biggest threat for South Africa is definitely and it's kind of sad because you can't blame Bavuma, but he's the captain. He has the most responsibility, and I feel once your captain is your weak point, right? That it's just not great for the dressing room because look, let's be honest. At least Finchie has has had like a track record in this format, right? And he's a World Cup winning captain, won like 11, 12 months ago. So Bavuma, like many people, question whether he should, and that includes former South African players, that includes Protea fans, that includes educated cricket fans, who question that should he at all be in the playing 11? Does he, I am thinking, does he command the respect of the dressing room? And if someone in the dressing room also feels that way, that maybe he just has to play because of the quota system, then that is not great signs for the World Cup. And we've seen before that that nothing good comes out of that. Plus, he's batting at the most key position in T20 cricket. He's batting like he's taking the opener spot, and we've seen that Reza Hendricks has been in great form, but now we won't be able to like Makram has done really well as an opener, but now they won't get that opportunity because Bavuma is basically blocking that space. So that is a huge threat to South Africa, and if they can somehow manage that, Bavuma is a good tactician. Don't get me wrong; he's a great Test match player. He's a good ODI player, but just this format, I don't think it's for him. I hope he proves me wrong, like Robin Uthappa said, that he's the guy to watch out, who'll prove everyone wrong. I hope that happens.
Also, the fact that he's just coming back 4 months after an injury, I think, which was suffered
and has looked really scratchy. Like in whatever cricket that he's played, he's looked really scratchy. So that's like the word you use. This type of thing can be combustible for the dressing room environment, and South Africa is known to do that in pressure situations.
In pressure situations, for sure. So Siddharth, now coming to the biggest question: what is the likely 11 that South Africa could field for the first game?
So I'm going to give you two 11s this time. Right, okay. One which I think South Africa is going to play, and one which I think they should play. And okay. Don't worry, Bavuma is in both teams because he is the announced captain, and you can't go without your captain. Like otherwise, I would have had Reza Hendricks instead of him. But this is what I think they will go with. They'll go with Bavuma and De Kock as their openers. Riley Rousseau 1 down. At 2 down, I think Makram. 3 down Miller. 4 down. You'll have Heinrich Klaasen. 5 down, they'll go with a Wayne Parnell because, as I said, he was selected before Jansen in the squad. At 6 down will be Maharaj, followed by the 3 pacers, Rabada, Nortje, and Lungi Ngidi. What I would do is I would firstly go with Stubbs instead of a Klaasen because he's just a really exciting prospect, and South Africa should just throw him in the deep end because bounce will suit him. He'll feel more at home, and we know what he can do. He's the one to watch out for in the next 5 years in T20 cricket and in IPL. And plus, I would play Marco Jansen instead of Wayne Parnell. I think Marco Jansen is a much better, much more accomplished batsman, and because both of them will be batting at number 7, so I feel like he should. Like that is a very important position for the other 6 to feel comfortable. Parnell is decent, but I think Jansen is better. And bowling, I think both are similar. So I would in fact go for a Marco Jansen.
Okay.
Apart from that, like I think, yeah, that's that.
That's that. And as always, the final question: your expectations for South Africa this World Cup?
Top four for
Top
sure.
four.
Yeah, I feel like they should get the better of of Pakistan, like in those conditions, and in their group. Um, I think South Africa, India, and Pakistan are the strongest teams. Of course, like West Indies, you never know. And now with Sri Lanka losing, they might just end up in this group. So this will become the group of death. But I still feel with the conditions in mind, they should be top two in their group.
Right.
Um, yeah.
All right. So, guys, this is it for the South African SWOT. So, if you liked our content, please like, share, and subscribe, and please press the bell notification which is right below for such exciting content. We are also Cricket Cult Official on Instagram. www.cricketcult.com is our website, and Cult Cricket is our official Twitter handle. So please go and follow us there also, and please like our content and keep supporting us and giving us your love. Any